Hey there, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Evoke Greatness. This podcast was created for those of you who, like me, are driven by their curious nature and fascination with the champion mindset. If you have an insatiable hunger for growth and knowledge, or maybe you're just curious on how some of the most successful people have navigated their journey, we share the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows, and all the lessons learned along the way. It doesn't matter what chapter you are on in your story. Maybe you're just getting started, or heck, maybe you're halfway through. What I know is where intention goes, energy flows. It's my most sincere hope that you will hear something in one or maybe many of these episodes that resonates with you and reminds you that you are not in this alone. As we venture into year 2, I hope that you find a sense of connection and community when you're here, because we all deserve a place where we belong. My name is Sonnie, and I am so glad you're here. If you're new, there's a few things you want to know about me. I am a huge book nerd and a wee bit of a control enthusiast with an obsession for motivational coffee cups. I believe that a rising tide raises all ships, and I invite you along in this journey to evoke greatness. Welcome back to another episode of Evoke Greatness. Have you ever stopped to consider how much your perspective shapes your reality? How the lens through which you view the world colors every single experience, every interaction, every challenge that you face? Well, today I want to unpack this. I want to explore this idea and share how shifting your perspective can be the key to unlocking greatness in our lives. I want to start with a quote from Chef Gordon Ramsay. He once said, "We all get dealt a dysfunctional card at different times in our life." Now take a moment and let that sink in. We all get dealt a dysfunctional card at different times in our life. We all face challenges. We all hit setbacks. We all get muddled in dysfunction at one time or another in our lives. It's an absolutely unavoidable part of the human experience. But here's where it gets interesting. How we choose to receive that card, how we interpret and respond to it, that is entirely up to us. When life deals you one of these dysfunctional cards, I want you to stop for a moment and think about what is your initial reaction. When you get handed something hard, some sort of adversity, how do you respond? How do you react? For many of us, it's anger, right? We feel pissed off, maybe resentful. We might pull the why me, right? Why now on top of everything else that's going on? Maybe even the good old, this isn't fair. And you know what? Those feelings are absolutely valid. It's normal to feel frustrated when faced with adversity. But what if we could shift our perspective? What if instead of viewing these challenges as like these unfair burdens that are cast upon us, what if instead we saw them as opportunities? What if we recognize them for what they truly are? Like this insanely beautiful gift. Now, for anyone who's gone through something hard, some sort of adversity, I am sure you're thinking, a gift, Sonnie? A gift? You know, how can something painful or how can something difficult be a gift? But stick with me for a minute. Every challenge we face, every obstacle we overcome, every moment of dysfunction that we navigate, these experiences shape us. They form us. They forge our character. They build our resistance. They teach us invaluable lessons. They push us out of our comfort zones, and they really kind of force us to grow in ways that we may not have thought possible. So think about it. Some of the most successful and inspiring people in the world have faced an insane amount of adversity. Oprah Winfrey overcame a terribly traumatic childhood to become one of the most influential media personalities in the world. Stephen Hawking, he didn't let his physical limitations stop him from absolutely revolutionizing our understanding of the universe. And look at J.K. Rowling. She turned the pain of depression into a magical world that has captivated millions, both in books and on the big screen. These individuals, they didn't just passively accept their circumstances, though. They chose to view those challenges that were given to them, those really difficult cards of adversity, they looked at those as opportunities for growth and transformation. They made a conscious decision to shift their perspective. It's interesting. As I was preparing for this, I was thinking about this new drone that I just bought. And it's this little compact drone, a little bit bigger than the palm of my hand. And it packs quite a punch. It has all these different features, different shots it can take for you. So it rises up out of your hand and it can orbit you, so it can go around you as you're filming. It can walk alongside of you, constantly tracking you. It can follow you from behind. It can do a bird's eye view, like straight above you. I think it's like 40 or 60 feet in the air. Or it can do like this aerial shot where it goes up, I think like 10 or 15 feet. But every single one of those shots is a different perspective, right? If we were seeing something from only one of those shots, we might see a situation very differently. But when it comes down to it, here's the incredible thing, guys. We all have this power. Every single day, with every single interaction, we get to make a choice. We choose how to perceive the world around us, how to interpret events, how to respond to the cards that we're dealt. We choose which shot we're taking, right? Which perspective we're taking that day. And through all of those things, what we are really learning is how to navigate the hard things better. So the next time life throws you a curveball, I challenge you to pause, to take a deep breath and ask yourself, how can I view this differently? What opportunity for growth lies in this very challenge right here? What gift is hidden beneath the surface of this difficulty? And that's hard to do in the moment. That takes some real effort and intentionality put into it. But consciously shifting your perspective, you're not denying the reality of your circumstances. You're not pretending that everything is A-okay. Instead, you're choosing to focus on the potential for growth. You're choosing to focus on learning and the transformation that exists within every challenge. And that shift in perspective is not always easy. It takes practice and it takes patience and it sure takes persistence. But the rewards, my friend, those are immeasurable. When you begin to view life's challenges as gifts, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You become a more resilient, more adaptable version of yourself, somebody who's more capable of achieving greatness. And I invite you to embrace this power of perspective. Start small. The next time you face a minor frustration or setback, challenge yourself to find the silver lining. I've talked about this in the past, but instead of our human minds that naturally tend to go to the negative, instead of saying something terrible is going to happen or what's the worst thing, what's the best thing that could happen out of this? What's the best thing that could happen out of this situation? As you practice this perspective, you'll find that it becomes easier over time. You'll start to approach life's challenges with curiosity rather than dread. And I'd take that any day, right? I hope you would too. You'll see opportunities where other people see obstacles. And most importantly, you'll be actively shaping your own reality rather than passively accepting whatever comes your way. Remember, we all have the power to choose how we view the world. We all have the power to choose what setting on that drone we're looking at the world, we're looking at our situation or circumstance. And we all have the ability to transform our challenges into those catalysts for growth. So the next time life deals you a crummy card, a dysfunctional card, I hope you'll pause. I hope that you will shift your perspective and recognize that situation or that circumstance for what it truly is. An insanely beautiful gift just waiting to be unwrapped. So until next time, keep shifting your perspective, embracing your challenges, and evoking that greatness within you. And remember, stay curious, slow down, and never stop appreciating the beautiful life that's unfolding around you. Thank you so much for listening and for being here on this journey with me. I hope you'll stick around. If you liked this episode, it would mean the world for me if you would rate and review the podcast or share it with someone you know may need to hear this message. I love to hear from you all and want you to know that you can leave me a voicemail directly. If you go to my website, evokegreatness.com, and go to the Contact Me tab, you'll just hit the big old orange button and record your message. I love the feedback and comments that I've been getting, so please keep them coming. I'll leave you with the wise words of author Robin Sharma. Greatness comes by doing a few small and smart things each and every day. It comes from taking little steps consistently. It comes from making a few small chips against everything in your professional and personal life that is ordinary, so that a day eventually arrives when all that's left is the extraordinary.